Behind me, the drive-thru. This, the demand for COVID-19 testing. I'm Rafael Sanchez. That story next on RTV6.
RTV6 is the station committed to helping Hoosiers find jobs. I'm Nicole Griffin tonight in Carmel with details on a company looking to fill hundreds of positions.
We're in this together. The governor launches a new statewide campaign to spread an important message to keep us safe during the COVID-19 outbreak.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
And thanks for joining us now at 5 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins coming to you from a temporary studio in my home.
And I'm Amanda Starrentino in the WRTV studio. Breaking news just into the newsroom. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett has extended the stay-at-home order until May 1st. It was set to expire on Monday. Also tonight, today's developments in the spread of coronavirus. 16 more deaths reported today, including the first 4 deaths in Hamilton County. Statewide, 65 Hoosiers have died from COVID-19. That's an additional 409 positive cases for a total of 2,565. More than 14,000 people have been tested. More details now on the ages of those who have died. Well, more than 85% are aged 50 or older, with the highest number in the 80 and older range. More men are still dying than women, although the gap has closed just a bit in the past day. Men account for about 62% of the deaths to about 38% for women. Globally, we are closing in on an eye-opening statistic. Nearly 1 million cases and more than 45,000 deaths. More than 4,400 of those are in the U.S. We are grateful to report tonight that 400 Americans have recovered.
Spread the word, not the virus. That's the message from Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett and dozens of city and statewide groups and leaders. They want Hoosiers to remember we're in this together, and it will take all of us to stay safe together. RTV6's Cameron Riddle is live at the State House to show why all of these groups, plus the governor, are coming together to share the same message. Cameron.
Hey, good evening, Mark. The governor, Eric Holcomb, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett, and a number of state leaders are trying to throw everything they can at this thing, coronavirus, everything they can do to slow it down. Today's new tactic comes in the form of a statewide campaign called We Are In This Together. The goal is to help Hoosiers understand the importance of social distancing and stay home. The hope is that if the entire state is on the same page, we can flatten the tidal wave of coronavirus cases that is headed to Indiana hospitals. The new campaign comes on a day where Indiana reported more than 2,000 positive coronavirus cases and 16 new deaths, including from someone possibly as young as 30 years old. The governor says everyone needs to understand that all of us are at risk.
We know that COVID-19, this coronavirus, does not discriminate. We know that it can infect the healthy. It can infect the young. Maybe you won't be infected, but we know that it will use you to kill others.
And that is the message that the governor wants Hoosiers to spread. Spread that message, not the virus. As we continue to prepare for a spike in cases, the governor is also announcing the new shipment of coronavirus tests and changes around who can get tested. For the first time, that now does include pregnant women. Coming up tonight at 6, I'll tell you why that change is being made and who else can now get in the testing line. We're live at the State House tonight. I'm Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Good to hear that list is expanding, Cameron. Thank you. With the state saying we're in this together, RTV6 is committed to sharing stories of how we are all working together at this time. Send us the stories of people doing just that. Share your tips with us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
And for the past several weeks, coronavirus testing in Indiana has mainly focused on the most vulnerable as well as first responders and health professionals. An Indianapolis doctor took it one step further. Rafael Sanchez reports on the drive-thru where you can get COVID-19 screening.
This is what demand for COVID-19 testing looks like. Vehicles lined up before 10 seeking the screening. It's the second time this week it's been offered to the public. There was another less visible testing site on Saturday. This one has been busier.
People need to have some access to screening and testing, and it's very important that they get that. I'm certainly not going to be the only guy doing this if this is the demand.
Dr. Dorian Kenley is working with Texas-based AIT Labs, which is providing the test kits. Each person who rolled through paid $100 for the exam. The test involves inserting a swab down a person's nose to determine if they have the virus. Results are back within 48 hours.
Especially now since we've got the approval for the rapid point-of-care tests, it's going to be very easy to provide that kind of screening and reassurance for folks. You know, I think it helps people from overwhelming the ERs.
Dr. Kenley has the potential to get hundreds of test kits. His goal is to run drive-thrus like this 6 days a week at different locations throughout the city. Working for you in Indianapolis, Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Thanks, Rafael. And Justin, and all new at 5, the testing at the current site could hit a snag. Our Call 6 Investigates team has learned that the city's Department of Business and Neighborhood Services says the site the doctor is using is not zoned for that type of use. The city says it is currently not performing zoning violation inspections due to this pandemic. The city will let the Marion County Health Department make that final call. We are waiting for a response. And so for now, testing at that site runs through Friday. It is scheduled to be open tomorrow and Friday from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. The location is 1400 East 12th Street. And Eli Lilly is once again expanding free testing at its Indianapolis headquarters. In addition to healthcare workers and first responders, it today began providing COVID-19 testing to workers and businesses deemed essential by the state who have regular contact with the public as part of their jobs. They are also now testing people in the community showing symptoms who are vulnerable to serve complications from the virus. For example, people 65 and older. Anyone in those groups must have an appointment and a doctor's written order to be tested. You can find more info at the website on your screen.
With thousands of Hoosiers out of work due to coronavirus, RTV6 is the station committed to connecting you with job opportunities. Tonight, our Nicole Griffin is finding out a company with dozens of gas stations across central Indiana and a grocery store in Carmel is looking to hire right now.
In effort to keep up with the demand, Giant Eagle, which owns Market District here in Carmel and all 63 Get-Go locations across the state, is currently looking to hire hundreds of positions. We're also finding out the precautions they are taking right now to keep all of these employees safe. It's a constant sound you hear throughout the day at Market District in Carmel.
It's going to be $369.38, and we're actually going to have you go down to that register.
Grocery stores across the state are seeing a demand for their services during the pandemic. In effort to protect these employees checking out customers, plexiglass has been added to each register.
It's just going to serve as really a more comfortable way, a more comfortable and visible divide to make sure that we're helping to respect the social distancing guidelines. And when that 6-foot distance isn't possible, we're putting up that additional divide for safety.
If we didn't have these, I wouldn't feel as, secure with everything going on.
Decals have now been added on the ground so customers keep space between them while waiting in line. In addition, employees are constantly sanitizing inside the grocery store as well as at the gas pumps. As the demand continues, Giant Eagle needs to hire hundreds of employees to keep up. They need to fill nearly every position at Get-Go. At Market District, they are looking to hire cashiers and employees in their curbside grocery department. Working for you in Carmel, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
In an effort to recognize how hard the employees are working to meet the community's needs, Giant Eagle is giving out bonus pay for current and future team members. We have a link on hiringhoosiers.com with details on how you can apply. Residents of Plainfield rolled up their sleeves working together today to save lives and donate blood. Many blood drives have been canceled in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, but the town partnered with the Vicinity Blood Center and the shops at Perry Crossing to host today's impromptu blood drive to help address the need for donations.
With the schools being shut down, with the offices being shut down, and everybody is at home, the hospitals don't get enough products from us. So if all of our Hoosiers can come out and donate, you're considered essential if you are a donor, so you can come out and donate.
Donors and staff are practicing social distancing and also following other health and safety protocols. If you missed today's blood drive, there will be another one on April 22nd, also at the shops at Perry Crossing.
Still ahead on the news at 5, child shot and killed, only 8 years old. The message from IMPD tonight. And chances are your house has never been cleaner, but you may have forgotten about something you use frequently that's germier than a public restroom.
And look what's on the horizon. A little bit of sunshine breaking through in the western half of the state. More sunshine in the forecast and warmer days ahead. Hey.
A heartbreaking tragedy on the east side tonight. An 8-year-old boy killed by gunfire. And tonight, Metro Police say that they need to hold whoever did this responsible. Police found the child shot around 11:15 last night inside a home on the 3200 block of North Tacoma Avenue. He later died at the hospital. The coroner identified the child as Roderick Payne Jr. Metro Police say the shots were fired from outside the home, but they don't know if the home was actually targeted or if it was an accident. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. Today kicks off Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month. Advocates planted blue pinwheels across central Indiana, including at Prevent Child Abuse on North Meridian Street. The pinwheels represent the lives of children and how they need action to move and thrive. Organizers say they remind people to report abuse and neglect. Social distancing can make it more difficult than ever to spot a child in distress.
Often people wonder, what can I do? There may be a child in your neighborhood that needs an extra TLC. Right now, write a note to them and put it in their mailbox or on their front porch, or give that mom or dad a call that might need some extra help. See if you can pick up groceries. Order a pinwheel garden. It's a great project for children at our website, pcain.org.
You can also do your part by wearing blue during the month of April or by reporting suspected abuse to the state hotline. The number is 1-800-800-5556.
And while we are all practicing social distancing, health officials with Riley Hospital for Children are reminding parents not to let the electronics take over. Our Kelsey Anderson is working for you with some advice from a pediatrician.
It can be easy right now to hand the kids the iPad or the gaming system, anything that will keep them entertained right now while we're practicing social distancing. But experts are reminding all of us to keep our screen time limited. I spoke to Dr. Rebecca Dixon with Riley Children's Hospital, and she says as a mother of 4, she understands it can be hard to work and keep kids entertained and out of trouble all day long. But she wants to remind parents it's important that their kids get away from the screen and get some physical and social activity.
I think you can keep the regulations relatively the same if you can. So an hour of screen time for leisure a day is really the recommendation, although I have to say, give yourself some grace and some wiggle room. If it needs to be more than that, it does. It won't break the bank.
She tells me in her home, they are not considering e-learning as leisure screen time. So she's still giving her kids that hour of free screen time after their schoolwork is done. Dr. Dixon says the Indiana chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics is a good resource for parents looking for new ways to entertain their kids at home while we're all social distancing. We've got that linked for you over on the RTV6 News app. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. And you may be forgetting to disinfect one of the germiest areas, but it's not in your home. The group Kids and Cars says your car can be a hot spot, especially your door handles and steering wheel. Steering wheels have 4 times more germs than a public restroom toilet seat. The group Kids and Cars says sanitizing your vehicle should be a part of your routine.
We definitely recommend using gloves every single time, either a pair of disposable gloves or a pair of rubber gloves that are specifically designated just for cleaning your vehicle. And then you can use a variety of different cleaners. Follow the instructions on those. Clorox wipes, Lysol wipes. You can use hand-based sanitizer even, as long as it has 60% alcohol.
Do not ride inside a vehicle with someone who has or suspects they may have COVID-19. The virus can be spread by sharing airspace or touching surfaces an infected person has come in contact with. The virus can stay on surfaces found in cars for days.
Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast. Temperatures are finally starting to move in the right direction. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory with your forecast. Hey, Kevin.
And Mark, you're going to perk up. Wait till you see temperatures early next week, specifically Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. More on that in a second. Hello, April. Today, April 1st. As we go through the month, indications are above average temperatures expected. The average high by the end of the month, 68, but we'll see temperatures warmer than that within the 7-day forecast. As far as rainfall, the signal isn't as strong for above average rainfall, but it does hint at a little above our 3.81 average. We're dry now. We'll stay that way tonight. Dry tomorrow and Friday. We end the work week then on that dry note. The chance for rain around on Saturday into Sunday morning. It should be early Sunday morning, which the second half of the weekend then will be dry. Daily chance of rain as we get into next week. I just thought I'd show this to you out of order. We'll go ahead and jump to next week for a second, but Monday, 70 degrees, as warm as 75 on Wednesday. Yes, it will come with a chance for rain, but 70s are 70s. We've got lots of clouds now, but just west of Indianapolis, you begin to see the erosion of the cloud cover. I think eventually we'll win out with clear skies overnight, and with a light wind and the ground still relatively moist, may have some patchy fog to deal with first thing in the morning. There are the rays of sunshine beaming through as you look to the west. Otherwise, cloud cover is the name of the game here for most of us. 45 in Richmond, that's the cool spot. Temperatures in the western portion of the state, you just flip the numbers from Richmond and you get Terre Haute at 54, 53 in Bloomington. Temperatures tomorrow will be closer to 60. Okay, have you ever seen a Russian wolfhound? Now you have.
I don't think I've ever seen one, but
borzoi, I think
Ivy is
Ivy, she's a beauty.
Very pretty.
And so Russian wolfhound, a borzoi, I think is the way you pronounce the breed. Kara Breitster, thanks for sending in the picture. Temperatures this evening, if you get to walk around the neighborhood, they'll be in the 40s through the evening hours. During the day tomorrow, that patchy fog potential, by the time we get to noon, 54, 60, the magic number for the afternoon hours. That's in Indy. To the north, Logansport through Petersburg, Anderson, temperatures struggle to hit 60 degrees. We should be there along I-70, and areas to the south in the low 60s. Friday forecast, lots of sunshine and a temperature of 64 degrees. Here's your 7-day planner. Plan on dry weather next 2 days with more sunshine than we've had. Those scattered showers around Saturday, 66. The rain should not be heavy. Rain chances diminish quickly Sunday. And then, although we're warmer, you can see that daily chance for showers as we get Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Well, with all the time at home and the kids around, maybe you're looking for something creative to do in the weather world. Kyle Mounts can help you out.
Looking for something to do with the kids while they're home? How about instead of going to the store and buying a rain gauge, you use some supplies around the house to build your own? The only things you'll need for this project are a 2-liter bottle, some masking tape, a ruler, and something to write with. The first thing you'll want to do is cut off the top of your 2-liter bottle. This will act as the funnel and top of our rain gauge. Next, take your ruler and copy some of those measurements onto the piece of masking tape. This will allow us to measure how much rain falls in the gauge. Putting all of those pieces together, you may want to add some water to the bottom so your bottle doesn't tip over in any of those breezy conditions. Now you've got a rain gauge that can sit out in your garden and measure the next time we get one of those April showers. Working for you, Kyle Mounts, RTV6.
And if you build it today, tomorrow, or Friday, you've got plenty of time. Then you test it on Saturday, Mark, see if it has any leaks.
That's right. And I think a lot of parents out there, Kevin, are looking for any kind of projects at home to keep the kids busy. And this is certainly a good one and something that gets them thinking. Thanks, Kevin, for that. Hey, news today that will disappoint Kevin and tennis fans all over the world. Sorry, Kevin, to say this to you, but the COVID-19 pandemic leads to the cancellation of Wimbledon for the first time since World War II. It was supposed to be played on the outskirts of London from June 29th to July 12th.
And today, April 1st, is Census Day, so we want to remind you to take a few minutes today to fill out the 2020 census form if you have not already. The goal of the census is to count every person living in the U.S. once and only once and in the right place. That's why you are encouraged to take part in Count Me In D. By filling out your census, you are making a real difference in the community for the next 10 years. We'll be right back.
Days from 4:30 to 7.
We're Open Indy is RTV6's way of connecting you to businesses that are still open for you and to serve you and help get you through this tough time. Today, we're putting the spotlight on the Macaron Bar in Indianapolis. The bakery that exclusively serves French macaroons is not only still baking for their customers, they're also donating their sweet treats to hospitals, doctors' offices, and frontline healthcare workers here in Indy. You cannot physically go into the shop right now, but you can have them shipped or order over the phone for no contact curbside pickup. The Macaron Bar is located at 425 Mass Ave. And you can find more information about Macaron Bar and many other businesses that are open and ready to serve you at our website, theindychannel.com.
The effort underway to protect people in jail and prisons across the state. All new at 6, a mother explains why she's worried about her son's safety.